Are you bored with the usual, like plant-based foods and want to try something new? Well, keep watching because today we're diving into some underrated, next level plant foods that you probably walked right past in the store. These aren't your typical fruits and veggies, y'all, okay? These babies are packed with unique flavors and nutrients. Plus, they've been cherished in different cultures for centuries. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Elisa, a health coach and holistic nutritionist. Stick around to the end because I'll be sharing one of the weirdest looking foods, y'all, I've ever seen. But trust me, it smells like paradise. Let's go. Okay, first up is rapini. It kind of looks like broccoli, but it has a slightly nuttier taste. It's loaded with vitamins A, C, and K. It's a staple in Italian cooking. You can stir fry it with some garlic and chili flakes. Nice, quick side dish. You can mix it into some veggie pasta. And the reason it's underrated is because it's often overlooked. People aren't really sure how to cook it, but it's a nutrient powerhouse and will add another flavor layer to your dishes. Let me know if you've ever tried rapini. This was actually my first time picking it up at the store. Ever seen a funky, spiky fruit that kind of looks like a pear? That's the prickly pear cactus fruit. It's got a sweet watermelon-like flavor and it's loaded with fiber and vitamin C, perfect for glowing skin. And let's just say it kind of keeps things going. It's also being used in traditional Mexican medicine for blood sugar regulation. You can peel it and eat it fresh, juice it, blend it into your smoothies, or just eat it as is. So leeks are like supersized green onions with a sweeter, milder taste. They're rich in fiber and vitamins, and they support a healthy gut. You can saute leeks and garlic with some potatoes and then blend with plant-based milk for a cozy, creamy potato leek soup. What you know about that? Just make sure that you clean it well because dirt likes to hide underneath the layers, but it's a gem. Let me tell you about Lacinto Kale, okay, aka dinosaur kale. This is underrated, maybe because it's got this prehistoric looking, blue-green leaves thing going on. I think they're beautiful, like too beautiful to pass. And this kale is smoother and way less bitter than the regular kale varieties you normally find at the grocery store. It's loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, plus a good hit of calcium for those strong bones. Looks amazing in salad and delicious sauteed, and it's actually an OG in Italian soups. So I think everyone knows about sun-dried tomatoes, but it made my list because when I went plant-based, I had no clue they were actual flavor bombs for plant-based dishes. I love using them in my ground walnut meat recipe. They give a rich, umami, tangy-like flavor. Just makes any dish like next level. And if you soak them in hot water before using, they will soften and release even more flavor. Let me know if you've experimented with sun-dried tomatoes. I know I'm not the only one. Let's talk yuca, aka cassava. This root veggie is a total game changer. It's got this dense, starchy texture that's way heartier than potatoes, actually, with a mild, slightly nutty flavor that makes it super versatile. Yuca is a staple in Latin American, African, and Caribbean cuisines for a reason. It's filling, it's naturally gluten-free, it's packed with complex carbs for steady energy. I couldn't find any this time at the store, but I typically pick it up whenever I do because it is the perfect addition to soups or even boiled or steamed, and you just pair it with some sauteed greens and some tofu. I even mash it like mashed potatoes. So you might have heard of cassava flour or tapioca starch. They actually come from yuca. I use tapioca starch in my very stretchy vegan mozzarella cheese recipe. So yummy, especially if you're a cheese lover. So jicama is a crunchy, underrated veggie you didn't know you needed, okay? It looks like a potato, but its texture is more like a crisp apple with a hint of nuttiness. It's low-key a hydration booster, loaded with fiber and vitamin C, making it a gut health must. I'm telling you, just peel and slice it up raw with some lime and chili powder, and you got a snack that hits every time. It's super versatile too. Throw it in some salads, some tacos, even stir fry for a perfect crunch. I hope this is your sign that you should give it a try, okay? Radicchio is basically a red lettuce, but with way more personality. It's pretty unique, a bit spicy, perfect for salads, especially if you want a little kick and a pretty pop of color. It's high in antioxidants and helps support liver health. If you want to try something unique, pick up some radicchio. It's underrated because it's easy to confuse with red cabbage, but they're definitely different. Let me know if you've ever tasted radicchio because this is a pretty unique one. You've probably seen regular sweet potatoes, but purple sweet potatoes are like their cool cousin. Please pick some up the next time you see them. They're sweeter and have a vibrant color. You can bake them and add their puree to any dish for a purple hue. Isn't that cool? It's still a rare find in some grocery stores, but you can usually get them at Asian markets. Let me know if you are a purple sweet potato fan like me. People often go for bell peppers, but what you know about poblanos? This one is underrated. They bring more depth and flavor to your dish. They're like jalapenos' chill cousin. They're mild with a smoky flavor and are packed with vitamin C. Perfect if you want a little kick without the burn. I love using them in my chili beans recipe. You can also stuff them with some quinoa and beans. I'm in love with this squash. I only find it in the fall and winter season. And when I do, I stock up because it is thick and creamy and buttery. Ooh, it is so underrated because it's often overshadowed by butternut squash. But kabocha has a much richer flavor. Excellent for soups, but for a quick meal, you can just cut it up, steam it, and enjoy it like I do with sauteed onions on the side, maybe some avocado slices and some beans. So lovely. If you've had kabocha squash, which do you prefer, butternut or kabocha? So I grew up eating chayote whenever I visited my mom's fam in the Caribbean, but it's not as commonly eaten here in the US. It's so super versatile. It has a crisp texture similar to jicama, but it's mild and slightly sweet. It's also rich in folate and vitamin C, supporting heart health. Slice it up raw in a salad, steam it as a side dish, or roast it with some spices. Okay, for my international friends, let me know if this is something that's more common where you are. And for the final underrated food on my list, Buddha's hand. It's a little wild looking, a little scary, but the smell is divine. One scratch of the peel and I was hit with the most insane aroma. It's like lemon and flowers, but way more intense and sweet. Let me know if you've ever smelled it. It's a bit of a splurge, so that's why I call it lemon's bougie citrus cousin, okay? Your girl had to leave that right on the shelf. But I've seriously thought about it, so many times because the aroma was just amazing. I might have to take a trip back to the store. Y'all pray for me. So I just had to figure out how to use it. What I learned is there's actually no juice inside, but the peel is pure gold, perfect for flavoring teas, infusing syrups, or sprinkling to desserts. And if the cost of Buddha's hand is a little out of reach, no pun intended, etrog, which looks like a lumpy lemon, has a very similar flavor profile. Both are used for divine smelling citrus peels. Honestly, any of these can be your next secret ingredient for your drinks, your teas, your smoothies, you name it. Okay, here's my challenge for you. The next time you hit up the grocery store, grab one of these underrated foods and try it in a new recipe. And let me know in the comments which one you're excited to try. And if you like this video, check out the best plant-based substitutes for a healthy vegan pantry, where I give you healthy substitutes for transitioning to a vegan or plant-based lifestyle. Like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. I'll see you in the next one.